Alrighty.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Dave Fleming still with you, and looky here, Leah Jansen, welcome to the booth.
Hey Dave, how are you?
I'm fantastic. Hope we get another stirring 3-game match that we've had in the first 2 quarters. They've been tremendous pickleball, and we've got to set the stage, Lucy Kovalova and Matt Wright, the top seed, playing Dylan Frazier and Irina Tereschenko.
Yeah, I'm excited for this matchup. I know that Dylan and Lucy and Matt are all pretty familiar with each other because they're training sometimes training partners out in the Midwest.
Some very odd positions for ball striking on that point. Ends up in just a side out. Just too much Matt and Lucy there. Just really good D from Frazier and Tereschenko earlier in the point, however.
I like that move though by Dylan.
Yeah, he's got the hands to set himself up like that. I mean,
yeah, with Dylan's hands, and he actually has, he likes to speed up a lot on his forehand side. That I think he's just gonna try and cause a lot of chaos for Lucy. Ooh.
It's dropped down a little quicker than Tereschenko expected, not able to get underneath it. Great job by Kovalova going behind Frazier.
Got the pop up.
So we got the first ever bubble pause here as they started floating on. Some of the youngsters having a good time here, and Matt Wright having a good time with that finish.
Yeah, he's ready for that one. That's actually what Matt wants you to do. He doesn't want to play any soft shots off his feet. He wants you to fire.
Let me swing from my midsection. Great one-handed flick backhand by Kovalova. It's been using that. I know you like to use that as well. A lot of the ladies have been adding that into their repertoire, especially the ones that rip two-handed.
Yeah, I think it's a good shot, especially as you see, it's a good way to go from the right side to go behind the left side person. You can take it and attack a lot of areas, and it's not as expected. It seems to shock people a little bit more off the backhand side.
Yeah, and that shot is especially effective if it's off pace a little bit too, so it's down. Yeah. Nice step in and finish, and again Kovalova winning the dink cross-court battle here by keeping the ball down and moving it around.
It's hard to make the ball bounce against Lucy as well. You kind of have to use like the first third of the kitchen.
Got to go in that kitchenette, don't you?
Yep, she really has the ability to reach in more than probably anybody on the women's side, I would say. Me and Jessie probably challenge her, but I think Lucy takes the cake.
And just so comfortable over there as well, so she's got a good sense for what should be hit out of the air and what shouldn't. Oh, and the pretend swing and a miss by Matt Wright. And
when are we going to see his timeout here?
Now. How about now?
There we go.
There we go. So, Yeah, Tereschenko and Frazier just haven't been able to get it going yet. We'll see if they can right after this. All right, Mark Thomas recalling the score here. Our head ref, Lynn Goslin, in second ref position, and it's all the top seeds so far, up 6-zip.
Ooh. Kovalova doesn't do that too often, initiate off the bounce. She must be feeling pretty good.
6-zip might have something to do with that, too.
Why not? Oh, wow.
Great get by Frazier. Little skitter off the tape there. Messed up what was going to be an epic point. See if Tereschenko and Frazier can get something going here. Great deep return. Tereschenko did a great job of getting almost to the kitchen line there and then couldn't make the last one. 6-0 start continues.
Oh.
It's a nice first volley by Wright on a good attacking drive by Dylan. Oh. I saw it all the way, and yet I didn't make it. It happens.
It's a good volley right there, going back behind Matt.
Another chance to get on the board here for Tereschenko and Frazier. Nice lob volley from Matt Wright.
Looked like AJ Kohler's playbook. The reach and flick lob. It's really good, though.
He's been lobbing more, certainly in 2022, and you know, obviously not in the Callan Dawson camp, but effectively.
He's in the top 3 to 5,
for sure.
though, for sure.
I think he's third. I think it's Callan, then AJ, and then Matt. And
yes.
It's an effective, it's a really effective shot, especially if you can get it out of the air like that, because it's all of a sudden over your head before you know it, because you took time away.
And I think it's really good for the more aggressive players to do it, because you're so off guard. AJ and Matt are 2 of the more aggressive players on tour. They're not there to dink, so you're constantly expecting fire and a flick coming at you, and to expect something going over your head really throws people through a loop.
And that one was smoked, but hits the tape and goes deep.
I don't know if anyone drives more than Kovalova on the tour. Maybe Stratman, Lauren Stratman.
Yeah.
Tyson as well. I'm sure in that next quarterfinal we're going to see a ton of shake and bake.
See some driving out of those too, for sure. The winner of this match gets Catherine Parento and Colin Johns in the semis. Our other semi will feature the Newmans and the winner of our match you just alluded to, Annalie Waters, J.W. Johnson against Stratman and McGuffin. And again, just Frazier and Tereschenko, just nothing good happening here at all, and now a missed return.
Yeah, it's hard to get in the rhythm right now, but I think they actually kind of need to slow these points down just a little bit. Kind of going for a lot and missing a lot, unfortunately. Just kind of make it a rule then to get into a rhythm, extend the point. I would say Lucy and Matt really don't favor long points as much.
Yeah, they'll certainly do it begrudgingly, but they'd much rather find something to take a good hack at.
Ooh, that's a good move right there, too. Causing the air.
And, folks, we are almost at a pickle. 10-zip here.
Oh.
Big rip to finish it, just sails wide. It's a confident team over there, Leia.
Yes, as they should be right now.
And that goes wide, and we do get a pickle. 11-zip. Kovalova and Wright. So after 2 tense 3-game quarterfinals, it's the top seed just saying enough of this. They dominate game 1. That's a quality team on the other side, Leia. We'll talk about what they can do when we come back. All right, everybody, welcome back. Can Tereschenko and Frazier get something going here? Leia, what would you tell them to do?
I think they just made a bunch of loose errors, honestly. So if I'm them, you kind of just have to say, okay, it can't go worse. Start of game 2. That works.
Yeah.
Start of game 2, you kind of want to look to get more in the rhythm. I think they were kind of taking a little bit too much risk early on in the point. Look to elongate them just a little bit.
Yeah, because Matt Wright even said over to the DJ booth, I'm not out here to dink. Okay, so we agree.
Yes. He is definitely looking to start the hands battles.
Yeah, just the ball's just getting in weird position. Like they're just, Frazier and Tereschenko are just, it's just not set.
And a new partnership. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is their first time playing. Obviously, Lucy and Matt have played.
This is their 4,000th tournament.
Yes. You know, for years and years now. So it looks like some middle confusion.
Beautiful angle from Tereschenko from like the midcourt.
She meant to go there.
I mean, that seems almost impossible to have made that.
The odds aren't in your favor,
No.
I wouldn't say.
No. Great ball.
It's a good look.
No, that hit right. So they are finally on the board.
Nice.
That's what Frazier's going to want to do. Keep spinning that paddle, son, and then get up there and get after. There you go.
Nice.
Look at the athleticism of Tereschenko.
What a fend off. Nice.
Oh.
Oh, he's got it.
That is a tremendous point from Tereschenko and Frazier.
Okay, that can be a little bit of a momentum changer.
Crowd just, it's unbelievable how much a net court is loved by pickleball crowds. They just love them. Especially when you get it.
Oh. I like that. That's a good setup. Knowing, I mean, she's been going to Matt's right hip and middle. He's leaning that way to keep him honest.
Yeah, they got some candy, just didn't pay for it once they got it, unfortunately. And it's easy to swing freely at 9-0, but let's see what happens here. 3-zip, Frazier and Tereschenko.
Oh. All right, but I mean, that's a good run right there.
Yeah, just get the 0 the heck out of here.
It's a good job by Lucy. Like, she went to Tereschenko's left foot, then moved her off the line, and changing your ball positioning can lead to a lot of pop-ups.
Just deep off Frazier's paddle. Yeah, all players on the court knew that was deep. Good idea, just got to make it. Oh, my.
No way.
The wave by Tereschenko after the exact net court happens 2 in a row.
She tried the same shot twice.
Oh, and does not get the favor returned.
It was a little more awkward of a ball. It was kind of like almost a bait ball, I would say right there, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, especially right in front of your body.
Yeah.
Great job by Kovalova fending off the attack, and then Wright unable to hang in there with the last one.
One more, I'd say we see a timeout. Oh, you hate to see that.
Yeah, especially when you're not doing a ton. I mean, he's putting a little pace on it, but not like hitting huge Tyson McGuffin type of serves where you're really trying to push somebody off.
Oh, same thing right there.
Exact same bait there. And what we mean by a bait ball is it looks like it's attackable, but by the time it gets to your hitting zone, it's way below the net, and you're either going to hit up or hit it into the net.
I would say it's kind of a little lower than your shin. And it's tough because both Tereschenko and Lucy are so long. They look for that. So it's hard to make up your mind even in a split second.
Tremendous hands by Frazier there, and then gets that scorpion position and finishes down. It's that paddle up over his body. Really well done. And so now the Matt Wright is laughing. Now the errors are, maybe it's the side of the court.
That's a great misdirect.
Little inside out catches Frazier, and just a medium level fist pump from Lucy. She's got a lot more than that in her for sure.
Yeah, you know, it's early on.
That is.
We're early in the day for Kovalova.
And Wright with the, let's take a look at this.
Let's see that one back.
This is the push off type of, get that for you after this point.
That's a good drive.
Yeah, that first volley. Here's the prior point. Yep. You know, tennis players like the two of us in the booth are used to, you rotate your body to get your position of how you want to hit that overhead, and oftentimes it puts your foot on the kitchen line.
All right, 2-7, and they're going to keep running it right through. Kovalova, Tereschenko and Frazier seem to have gotten a lot of points off of the shake and make. This.
And just
Frazier's on that.
Yeah, so those balls in the first game where he had a chance at things and missed them, now he's making them. A little wide on that reset, and a little frustration on the top seed side here.
A little bit. She doesn't miss those two often. See if we see another drive. Yep. Ooh.
And this is where you want to bury a team. You're up 7-2. Don't let them off the hook. Make them hit a volley there on the third.
Yeah.
Oh, Kovalova. Tereschenko ready with the two-hander, but Frazier tried to sneak in there. Still a high third started the whole problem, so unable to add to the lead.
Yeah, Tereschenko kind of backed out of that volley rather than just kind of standing her ground.
Yeah, and as sharp as Wright and Kovalova were in game one, not nearly the same here in two. A lot of that has to do with the pressure being put on them by their opponents.
Yeah, that Frazier and Tereschenko are definitely locked in. They're not giving them as much. Ooh.
And Wright had that entire half of the court as Frazier was sneaking in the middle. Too deep, however. See if they can get the 8th point this time. Another third doesn't make its way over.
Again, they've been stuck at 7 for the last couple times. I like the drive because it's been working, but just take a little bit off and make them hit a volley. Don't go for so much. And now a little bit of a rush right there as well.
Just can't let it carry over. Lead's only 3 now.
Right, but he's trusting his guns.
Yeah, just, I mean, that one got up high, so that would have been a one where it's pretty tight not to have driven that one. So good job by Frazier. Okay, so that should give him some confidence on the next third. Now, if I'm Wright and Kovalova, it has to be hit to Frazier to see what he does. Go cross court instead.
Each team is having a little bit of trouble right now getting up to the kitchen.
Yeah.
Not as clean.
Yeah, the serving teams resets to set themselves up at the kitchen just aren't there right now, or the thirds are missed. Here comes an ATP.
Love it.
Great defense, and then what a flick by Frazier. Okay.
Look at this. Right in between them.
Beautiful ball there after the defense of the ATP on the other side from Wright.
Ooh.
That is the formula.
And they got what they wanted there.
Just got to make it.
That's a good counter. So I think this is kind of what the pattern they want to be in. Lucy is an exclusive right side player almost. Like, granted, she has started playing the left here and there, but Tereschenko almost is an exclusive left side player. So I think in the forehand dink battle, Lucy's definitely going to take that one, as she does with most girls.
Lob comes up a little short.
Yeah, kind of backing off your back leg. It's kind of a tough lob to.
Yeah, and the problem with that is the key to the good lobbers is they look exactly like the rest of the dinks. And if you give it away with that subtle movement backwards to set up the arc of the ball, you're just telling them, here it comes.
Ooh,
Lucy with that
flick.
Beautiful one-handed flick there.
Back behind the left side player. Yeah, I like this. Yes. I think it should have come up maybe a point or two earlier.
So the top seed is on the comeback trail. We'll come back right after this. All right, welcome back. Top seeds on a bit of a rampage here, looking to close this out in 2.
It's a good setup right there.
And just punch. Just have that paddle in front. Paddle up.
I like that spot more instead of Wright's forehand going at Kovalova's body. It's very tough to fend that off from the cross court if you can get it there.
That was not the best spot to attack there from Tereschenko. That ball right there just put them behind. And we are tied at 8, folks. And Kovalova is on point.
That's not the spot either.
No.
She wants you to go there.
You got to find the right side of her body up there at the kitchen line, and the two-hander was ready, and now they've got the lead. Oh, she had a chance there. So they get all the way back to 9-8. Matt Wright is smiling away. Him and Irina are having a party like this is a little rec game.
Oh, that's
wow.
great hands.
Way behind in that point, and dug him out. Same thing. Frazier coming in hot, left to the left backside open, but pulled wide by Matt Wright. 9-9. And Matt Wright again.
Let's see
got
that.
the Babalots on the line. Let's take a look at that.
And
well, here we are at game point. We'll come back to that one. Oh, and Dylan Frazier goes for it and doesn't quite make it. So
on a 2. I mean, I love the move. That's why they're in this game, but
had a little bit farther to go than he anticipated.
oh, but that's the change of spot. She's been going to his forehand this whole time. It doesn't even have to be that great. And granted, he was on that, but he was just late enough. Tereschenko's just going to keep firing over there.
And that fire sails a bit deep. Tied at 10. Wheelhouse catches the tape. That's a swing she wants every time. All right, can Frazier and Tereschenko nose ahead?
Oh, good adjustment.
Wow. A lot of people panic on that ball,
and she was sitting backhand on it, so the change over to the forehand is pretty impressive. That's a good setup.
Yeah, that's where Kovalova is literally swinging to get a ball on Matt Wright's paddle there with that ball, and got exactly what she wanted. And suddenly, after this massive lead, we have a match point for Wright and Kovalova.
How many times have we seen this from this scene?
This is a team that has done this many times.
I jinxed them.
You sure did. So you owe Matt a letter, because that was a third he makes in his sleep. Second chance to close out and head to the semis.
Oh, that's
and that
a great
is wide.
Setup. Great
the
setup.
Finger wag is up, and it is the top seed, Kovalova and Wright, down big in game number 2 after winning game 1 11-0. Come all the way back. And Leia, what did you see on the comeback?
I mean, I feel like they stopped making as many errors. I think when they got down 7-3, they were missing their thirds and kind of leaving a few things high. But, I mean, how many times have we seen them kind of start a little bit slow and then dial it in when it matters?
So the dialing was perfection on the way back. So it'll be Kovalova and Wright versus Parento and Johns in one semifinal. It'll be the Newmans against the winner of our final quarterfinal. We'll talk about that when we come back. It's going to be Annalie Waters and J.W. Johnson versus Lauren Stratman and Tyson McGuffin. You won't